If you've watched a bunch of tutorials on YouTube, you have probably been absolutely bombarded with ads about Squarespace. And if you're looking into making a portfolio for yourself, you might be thinking that Squarespace is your only option at this point. So today I wanted to share with you that there are many other options. Some of them are actually much cheaper than Squarespace, and you'll get more functionality out of them. Some of them can almost be even free. Almost. So in the next few videos that I'm going to be posting, I'm going to take you through a journey of making a website for yourself, whether that's a portfolio, whether that's a landing page for new clients, whatever that may be. I strongly believe that Squarespace is one of the worst options for making a website. Some people use it and they swear by it because everything is all nice and compact. Within Squarespace's ecosystem, you don't really have to worry about getting extra plugins from other places. But I think for the price you're paying for Squarespace, you can get much better in other areas. So in this video, I wanted to take you through some of your options. So let's go through some of those other options that I was mentioning. Number one, which is probably the hardest one to do, would be to make your own website from scratch. Obviously, this is a lot more work. There's a lot more learning that would go into this, and you have to deal with a lot more issues if the site breaks. Now, one of the benefits is that you have 100% control of the website, so you can make it exactly how you want with really no limitations for what you can imagine. But some of those ideas that you may have may require tons and tons of education to get to the point where you can actually make it for yourself. If you're wanting to go with this route, all you need is basically a server to host your site on. There is a way that you can set up your own computer as a server to host your own website, but that's a little bit over my skill level, and I think that's probably not worth it for most people. And since there's sites like NameCheap where they offer super cheap, hence the name, servers, I don't really think it's worth going through all the extra hassle to make your own PC a server. They always seem to have new promotions all the time, so even the promotions that I'm showing at this time of this video, they might even be updated by the time you're checking them out, but they're always good prices. I've been using NameCheap for the past few years and I have nothing bad to say about them. Great support, great prices, great speed for the website, really great. Once you have your server set up, then you're also going to need a domain name. You can also get this at NameCheap. You can get it at GoDaddy, which is probably one of the more popular ones. I'm sure there's tons and tons of other sites. So a domain is basically the URL that you will then own. So whether that's bensphotography.com, that might be something that would be available. To get a domain, you go onto one of these websites and there's usually going to be a text box where you can input your desired URL. And once you put that in, there will be a big list underneath that with all the extra little pieces of the domain like .com, .ca, .org, because all of those will have different prices attached to each one. Don't ask me how they figure out how to price them, but sometimes you can get them super cheap. And if you buy a server from NameCheap, that usually comes with 1 or 2 free domains alongside of it. Once you have your domain and your server set up, then to put all of your HTML code onto your site, you go to your cPanel, which is basically the back end of your website. You upload all of your files, make sure that all the file structure is correct, and then in a short amount of time it should populate and you'll be able to get to that site. If this is too complicated, there are other options for you. To go a completely different direction, if you're an Adobe Creative Cloud subscriber, then you get a free website. This comes in the form of Adobe Portfolio, which is accessible if you go into your Creative Cloud app. There's a little icon that says Adobe Portfolio, and from there you can just build your site. If you already have a Behance profile, you can just import all of your projects directly from there into your site automatically. If not, you can just upload all of your projects from your computer, design it how you want. There's a couple different themes that you can use, and from there you just make your site. You can make it as a landing page or as a portfolio page. I usually do the portfolio page when I'm doing this, but that's up to you. And in the next video that I'm going to be posting in this series, I'll be going through how to actually make the Adobe Portfolio site, so make sure you're subscribed so you can watch that video. So that is the almost free option because you're technically paying for your Adobe Creative Cloud subscription, but you don't have to worry about paying monthly for this site other than your Creative Cloud subscription. So then apart from those two, then we have WordPress, which is by far my favorite website builder to use. There's one big distinction that you should make sure when you're looking into WordPress. There's WordPress.org and then there's WordPress.com. WordPress.com is basically like Squarespace, where you can pay directly to WordPress and you'll be making your site directly inside of WordPress. They have different paid tiers, and within each paid tier you get a certain amount of plugins that you can add, and it's fairly limited. WordPress.org, however, is where you download WordPress to upload into your server. Now with NameCheap and probably other servers at this point, there usually is an option where you can download and install WordPress directly from within your cPanel, so you don't even have to worry about going and downloading it from the WordPress website. But if you wanted to do that, it is available and it's completely free. Going with the WordPress.org version of WordPress, you basically have zero limitations. You can basically get unlimited plugins, an unlimited amount of pages. There's really not much reason why you would go with WordPress.com, other than the fact that it's probably a little bit more of a streamlined process. So for making a WordPress site, again, you're going to need your server and your domain. Again, NameCheap has both of those available, and it's pretty easy to get sorted out with them. Once you have your server, your domain, and WordPress all sorted out, you get into WordPress, and then the world is your oyster. Or at least the WordPress is your oyster. From there, you'll have the option to add themes, new plugins, upload images, make blog posts, embed your videos, embed anything that you want basically from the web. You can set up your RSS feeds, you can set up anything that you want on your website can basically be built within WordPress. And the last two videos in this series, I'll be going through actually how to build your WordPress site, adding themes, and I'll be showing you how to use the theme that I have been using for the past few years, which is called Xtheme. If you want, you can go and check it out early, but that will be coming up soon. So now obviously those are only 3 options, 4 if you include Squarespace. There are other options. A lot of them are very similar to Squarespace. Shopify is another big site that is similar to Squarespace, where you pay a pretty big monthly fee. You make a website, but then Shopify also has the massive e-commerce side of it as well. I've never really needed to use e-commerce, so I don't really have much experience using Shopify. So I'm going to keep this one short because we have a lot of work coming up with the rest of the website series. I hope you stick around for them, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked it, drop a like, and if you loved it, drop a subscribe. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace.